The mind is a clear blue sky. Thoughts come, thoughts go. Mind is a clear blue sky.
Hello and welcome to the Handful of Leaves podcast where we bring you practical wisdom for a happier life. I'm Jia and I'll be the guest host for today's episode. At the time of this recording, Plum Village Sangha has stopped by Singapore for a music tour themed Sound of the Rising Tide. Using music to remind us of our interconnectedness and to embrace joy and pain. That will be the theme for today's episode. Today, we are very fortunate to have Brother Duc Pho with us. Brother Duc Pho was born in the Netherlands in 1985 and first got in contact with Buddhism while travelling in Southeast Asia. He currently practices with the Monastic Sangha of Thai Plum Village International Meditation Practice Centre in Pak Chong, Thailand. Thank you for being with us on this episode.
Thank you so much for inviting me.
So, first question will be a very fun question. If you were to pick a song or music instrument to best describe you, what would it be?
The mind is a clear blue sky. The mind is a clear blue sky. Thoughts come, thoughts go. Mind is a clear blue sky. And the song continues, including feelings come and go. So I think as practitioners of meditation, try to let go about the story about myself and not get too caught up in my own story and my own identity. So this is a song that reminds me that who I am is changing every moment. In terms of instruments, like guitar is the instrument I've been playing most of my life. I cannot say that I am a guitar. Maybe there are some days I am small ukulele. Some days I am a big double bass. And some moments I will be in tune, some moments I will be out of tune. Sometimes I might forget that, so this song is a reminder to look at the changing nature of myself.
Plum Village has taken the unique approach of using mindfulness as a mindfulness tool to help anyone apply the teachings in daily life. Could you share with me a personal journey on how music has integrated into your mindfulness practice?
One thing we use in our mindfulness practice is poems we call gathas. They go with certain daily action or with breathing, help us guide our breathing. And many of those have been set to music and they can become Plum Village songs. And they're very simple, like children's songs, easy to stick into your mind. So there is a song, in, out, deep, slow, calm, ease, smile, release. Is something I use in the evening when I go to bed, when I go to sleep. I will silently recite that song to myself and breathe with it. If I don't do that, I might have a lot of thinking over the day, what did well, what wrong, or what's going to happen.
Has it ever happened where, even in the mindful music that you listen to, has it become an obstacle?
With this kind of music, I don't mind. If my mind is not popping up in music, it will pop up with some thought, some worry, or some feeling. And my practice is just to look at it and see it as it is. And if I feel there's something there, I try to look up. Where does it come from? Why in this moment? What is something I saw, hear, or smell, or sense that bring up this memory from my consciousness? Yeah. So I will learn something. And then, we have the meditation practice, like following our breathing to quiet down our mind. So, yeah, I'm not bothered by this. If it's a happy song, a mindful song that come up, I'm happy for it to be there and cling on to it. It will also.
Then when though might become an obstacle for our mindfulness or concentration?
I think music can take us in many different directions. In our minds, we all have good seeds. We have wholesome seeds, unwholesome seeds. Outside of the monastery, outside of spiritual practice, people say music is a way to express myself. But as practitioner, we have to be really aware of what we're expressing and what are we taking in. Sometimes we have negative feelings, negative thoughts, and we use music, either we play it or we listen to it. We just make that feeling stronger, and it's not taking us in a wholesome direction. For sure, many of them are good people, but they also have suffering and desire, like we all have. They can bring up emotions of anger, confusion, or desire. So for sure, that's an obstacle to our concentration and meditation. We can use it as a way to cover up, like we feel lonely or down, and we put on music because we don't want to be with that feeling. But in fact, the feeling will just get stronger. So what we try with mindfulness is that we choose the kind of music and the lyrics that will water the good seeds in us, that will strengthen our awareness, our stability, and help us and not run away from our emotions, but to be with them and embrace them. Look deeply what's the cause. In that way, it can contribute to our awareness, concentration. I think it's two aspects: what we choose to listen to, what do we choose to play, and then the other is what is the intention and awareness we bring to the actual playing and listening. Even though I'm a monk practicing daily, there might still be moments where I pick up a guitar just to distract myself. But as a monastic, I don't want to live like that. I want to have a more mindful and awakened life. So I choose purposely when I want to play, what I want.
Some lay practitioners wish to open their practice by observing the 8 precepts. One of the precepts states to refrain from entertainment, which includes dancing, singing, and playing music. So will playing music be at odds with their practice?
In Buddhism, we are very lucky to have a variety of traditions and practices. When we take the 8 precepts, monastic, we'll cut off all music that is not chanting. I can really understand and respect that choice and practice. Plum Village tradition, where we have a precept about not listening or playing love songs or music that water negative emotions in us. And I think, to me, this is quite in spirit of Mahayana Buddhism, which has been adapting to different places and cultures over time. Even some current Mahayana chanting, now very traditional, it was actually at the time sutras and Buddhist prayers turned to the music of the day, applying different forms of music to Buddhism and to meditation practice have been happening over time. For some people, they're happy to take that in, open to that, to benefit from that. They're welcome to this. For other people to live a more silent life or to not have to choose what to listen to and what not to listen to, like cut off completely. I can also understand. I have periods in my monastic life where I be involved in music too much, where I feel I need more silence. Music can come up at any time and bring up memories. Sometimes in our monastery, meditating on one of the hills, the neighbors or workers have music on. It's so hard to block it out. Even if it's another language I cannot understand, but the melody, like my brain starts to follow right up. That can be a distraction over the past years. As a monastic, I've been replacing more and more the music from the past with meditation music. Sometimes we take songs from the past and change the lyrics. The main thing when we practice mindfulness and meditation is to be continuously aware of what is going on in our mind. As musicians, we have habits from the past, like when I play music, it should be beautiful, and get obsessed over that. So that's another thing to take care of and to remember, that the purpose is to practice and offer the Dharma to people. In Singapore, in a big city like this, probably at the same time, there are at least 20 other concerts. The musicians, they can play better than us. We offer our practice and offer the transmission we receive from the Buddha and from our teacher in the songs. In Buddhism, we speak of the 3 complexes: superiority complex, inferiority complex, equality complex. Superiority complex would be, oh, I'm so special to be on stage. But it's very dangerous for a monk because we don't want to cultivate that kind of mind. It's not, about us. It's about being with the people and offering our practice. Inferiority complex, at any level of music we play, we might feel that we should be able to do better, maybe because we studied music in the past and should be at this level, or maybe because I'm playing an instrument that I just started learning. So, okay, there's people in the audience who can see that I'm still not so skillful at it. So this feeling we can take care of with our practice. Equality complex, I should have as much time on stage as the other players. We're working with all of that as we do this tour as well.
Such an interesting concept to break down different states of mind, the sense of self with 3 types of complex. Could you share some examples of how one can skillfully use music to heal their pain?
I have one memory the reading of the poetry of our teacher, the master, and also play different pieces of music. Some are just instrumental classical pieces, some are poems put to music. One evening like that in our monastery in Germany called the European Institute of Applied Buddhism. And actually that monastery is housed in a building where during the Second World War, the Nazis took over that building, which was a hospital for handicapped people. So there's a lot of suffering in that building. And a long time nobody wanted to use the building until our teacher said that will be the building for our monastery in Germany. And then the sangha moved in, have done a lot of ceremonies and chanting to transform that suffering. So just being there together after 10 years and celebrating the 10-year anniversary. At the time I was a participant, just sitting in meditation throughout evening, and it was a really deep experience where I could feel very clearly the aspiration of my teacher to open a monastery in that place. And where I also, as I'm mostly from the Netherlands, so that part of the history of Europe is also in me and my ancestors. I also made a personal determination to, when the time is right, to go there and contribute. One song that very speaks to this is like, hello, hello, something in me. I am aware that you are. I'm sure you've got a good reason to be. Hello, hello, something in me. I am aware that you are in there, and I'm going to keep you company. To me, what the song speaks about is that we might have feelings come up, like painful feelings after a breakup or otherwise feelings of separation. And sometimes we're very quick to say, I feel like this because this happened and that person did that. The practice invite me to just be aware of the feeling as it is in my body and try to not push it away. But because with that, the tendency of my mind always want to run away from feelings. So to use my breathing to be with that feeling, I can really be there for it in that way, really be there for myself. We know that in life there will be suffering, there will be difficult feelings, but we can learn how to be with that and take care of it. And of course, at some point we'll look into what it is and where it comes from. But if we're too quick with giving it a label, maybe we don't see the full picture. It's just another way to kind of, okay, have my smart analysis and then it's done. So this feeling come up. If I look into it, I can learn something from it. And that is kind of the transformation and the growth we have in our practice when we can be difficult sensation has been a helpful practice. And this song is actually written by my teacher in our tradition in the Netherlands, my home country. Yeah. But now it's sung and practiced by many people around the world.
Really beautiful. Do you have any final advice or thoughts for individuals on their journey to practice mindfulness?
The practice of Buddhism and meditation doesn't have to be too serious. We talk a lot about suffering and about transforming our suffering. And of course, this is the important work we want to do because we want liberation. But we need enough energy and enough joy to face difficulties in our own life and in society. Music can play a big role. But to sustain a mindfulness practice, whether you're learning out a new instrument or learning to sing or starting write your own mindful songs, you need joy to sustain that effort. Just play, enjoy, and keep checking in with your own mind, like what is doing to my mind, my feeling in my body while I'm singing, listening this, while I'm playing. Your body will tell you if you're on the right path. Enjoy, or you need to adjust. Many artists are doing this already. So if you go online, like Plum Village, there's many songs on YouTube and Spotify, but there's, especially I think in Asia, there's different Buddhist traditions. There are many groups that are applying music and that are being creative. So find the right examples, connect with friends who have the same inspiration to do it together. Music is a strong power to sustain our practice. We need sangha, community. Music and singing is a great way to bring people together. We harmonize the different voices and the different bodies and minds. Remember, we have our life in the city, we come from corners, things on our mind. But when we sing the same song, come together, it gives us the energy to flow as a rhythm and support each other.
Music can be skillfully used as a form of mindfulness with wholesome lyrics to help us bring our awareness to the present moment, address feelings of pain and be more accepting of it, and perhaps to even use it as a way to learn from our feelings. Mindful music can help build faith in the Triple Gem and bring more joy in our daily life. Till the next episode, may you stay wise and happy.